For this example, let's turn this small place into a kitchen. Many small appliances, such as a refrigerator or dishwasher, can be placed by simply choosing the component and placing them in the model. Let's open the component tool in the Home tab and place a dishwasher using the first floor plan view. Now let's find an appropriate refrigerator and place that in the model. Rotate the element by clicking the space key. Finally, let's find a sink and place that into the model. Now we will switch to a 3D view, and it is easy to see that we have a good start to our kitchen. However, at this point in the process, it may be necessary to make custom fit components, such as countertops, in order to complete the model. To make custom components, open up the Model InPlace tool. Now let's search for a family component that is appropriate for the family we're gonna make. Since we are making a counter, let's choose Furniture System. Now we will name the new component. Let's call it Kitchen Counter. Now in this mode, notice that we are unable to select any other component that are in the model. We are now ready to create forms. Once we are in the InPlace editor, we can select the type of form we want to create. We can choose extrusion, blend, revolve, sweep, or blend sweep, all in either a void or a solid. To make the countertop, let's make an extrusion. To create an extrusion, start by sketching the footprint of the extrusion. Remember, extrusions don't have to come up from the ground. Instead, we can make a new work plane and make the form come out of the wall, for example. When the sketch is complete, we can set the properties of the extrusion. Set the extrusion so it aligns with the top of the components. We can also choose material. In the material browser, let's choose a tile countertop. When we're finished, we can select the green checkmark to finish the form. In a 3D view, we can more clearly see the form we've just made. As you can see, we didn't get the height of the table right. You can fix this afterwards in the Properties tab. Instead of using this table with a hole for a sink, let's use a cooker instead. Go to the Component tab and find the desired component. Using the same form, we can make two unconnected forms with the same properties, like this one around the cooker. Use the drawing tool to draw the appropriate forms. If we are happy with the Model InPlace component, we can select Finish Model in order to exit the Model InPlace editor. We are now able to select other components again. We can also select the component we just created and make minor adjustments, like changing the extents. To make major edits to a Model in Place component, select it and choose Edit in Place. This will take us back to the Edit in Place mode. Once we are in this mode, we can select the extrusion form and edit that. It is important to realize that a single component is made of many different forms that are edited separately. For this extrusion, let's edit one of the boundary lines to create a curved countertop. Finish the form. Switch to a 3D view to see the change. Since we are still in the InPlace editor, we can also add new forms to the component. Let's start by adding a base to the cooker component. Sketch the footprint and set the properties. This time we want the base to go from the bottom to the cooker top. Let's also find a material. Let's pick a wood for the base. Once again, we are still in the InPlace editor, so now let's add a sweep to the countertop. First, we'll pick a path for the sweep, and let's select the edges of the counter. Select the green checkmark when the path is finished. To make it easier to sketch the profile, let's find a view directly looking at the plane. Next, select Edit Profile, or we can also load a profile into the model. This opens all of our drawing tools. Here we can draw a profile that will be swept along the path we just made. After making a closed loop sketch, we can change the sweep properties, such as giving it a new material. Finish the sketch. We now have selected a path and drawn the sweep profile. Finish this edit mode and see it in 3D view. If we are satisfied with the component, we can click the green checkmark to exit the InPlace editor.